there. Happy Tuesday, everyone, and what a glorious Tuesday it is. Possibly the greatest Tuesday in the history of Tuesdays. And why is that, you ask? Well, I'll answer. I woke up this morning to find out the new Superman, bisexual. Finally. As powerful as a locomotive, able to leap from women to men in a single bound. I have not been this excited since I learned the true identity of the Joker. She's scary. Now, it's not really Superman as in the original Superman. He's retired, living in Hoboken and buying gold from William Devane. This is John Kent, Superman and Lois Lane's son. He was Superboy for a while before Dad said, hey, time to become a man, and then immediately got canceled for using gender stereotypes. So he became Superman, and he hooks up with a young male journalist, don't we all? Yeah, so Superman is bi, and I say it's a long time coming. Jimmy Olsen, it was worth the wait. Because if there was one thing that was important to me as a 10-year-old reading comic books, it was who the characters were sexually attracted to. Oh, yeah, it drove me crazy. I needed to know who Batman was sleeping with, other than Robin. I mean, calling him the Boy Wonder, it kind of made me wonder. And he couldn't be sliding down that bat pole just for fun. I also wanted to know if the Archies were into bondage. And I just assumed Aquaman was into water sports, thus the rubber sheets. True, I hadn't even reached puberty yet. I'm still waiting, in fact. But it pained me to think that our fictional superheroes were trapped in traditional sex roles. Spider-Man could swing between buildings, but he couldn't swing both ways. Sad. Ever since I was a kid reading comic books, I saw that they had more boots, gloves, and masks than a leather shop in the West Village. It was like Brit Hume's closet. And yet, I was as frustrated as a porcupine in a balloon factory. Where were the superheroes who reflected who I was, a sexually confused young boy with acne, no friends, and an obsession with macrame? It wasn't about finding something outside my life, but something that reflected my life, right? Because if they don't reflect my lifestyle, then I can't possibly enjoy it. Every movie has to have someone like me in it, or I refuse to watch it. Sure, some comic characters shared traits with me. Scrooge McDuck was wealthy, but didn't wear pants. Astro Boy was short, but looked great in red boots and black shorts. Luke Cage looked great in jeans without a shirt. He's as shredded as a bag of Sargento mozzarella. We shared that in common. No pants, awesome abs, red boots. I just described Kill Meat at the last FNC Christmas party. My point is, who really gives a damn? No kid cares or wants to care about who Superman is kissing. The guy is faster than a locomotive and able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. I think that might pique a kid's curiosity more than what or who he hooks up with. Especially since kids who read comic books usually don't have sex until their early 30s. But it raises a question. Why is this happening? Why is this being forced into a medium where it's not necessary? It's like announcing they have gluten-free crusts at a pie-eating contest. Nobody asked, nobody cares. But that doesn't matter. It's not for the consumer. It's for the companies to cover their asses. There's a desperate need to virtue signal to those who don't even read comic books as a way to protect companies from being criticized for their past. And the criticism is always the same. Lack of diversity. Something you never hear about in the NBA. But companies end up trying to please people who don't even use your product. You see this with ESPN. That network sucks because it keeps lecturing sports fans in order to appeal to a crowd that couldn't tell the difference between a jockstrap and a sports bra. A mistake I'll never make again.
That was awkward.
Yeah, it was awkward. At the gym, no less. Everyone, everywhere is so terrified by the woke mob that they'll turn their art into propaganda. So they hire some miserable gender studies grad to help them create woke products that keep them safe from the online mob. Suddenly, it's no longer about adventure, it's about indoctrination. I wonder what the angry white male has to say.
Me? I have zero interest in the personal lives of superheroes.
Or comic books, for that matter. I guess I'm old school, but I think adults should act like adults. Anyway, I gotta get to work.
This media stunt also sets a trap for critics, meaning if you say this is the dumbest thing since salad, then you become the target. Instead of mocking this desperate wokeism, the media will instead mock those who find the whole idea absurd. So like a Chaplin film, no one actually says anything. Why? Well, we're nice people, but sadly we're now in a world that insists that we have to care. They demand our opinion, and if we don't give it, then we are part of the problem. And just imagine how Superman feels when he's told about his character update.
Okay, Superman, as your agents, I think you should know nobody wants a straight white male superhero anymore, okay? It's not enough to save people. We have to appeal to LGBTQIA+.
Well, I could only fit one letter on the logo.
Oh, okay. We keep the S, but we add a JW, okay? Now let's talk about your identity.
I have a secret identity.
Okay, well, what about your family life?
My dad was a farmer.
Oh, God, he wasn't MAGA, was he?
He died when I was in high school.
Oh, good. Okay, well, look, you're gonna have to come out as something, okay? Are you attracted to men?
No.
Women?
No.
Oh, you're asexual. Oh, this is perfect. Okay, everyone's been saying they want an asexual superhero.
No one's been saying that.
I mean, so you're not attracted to anyone?
Well, technically, I'm a different species. I'm from the planet Krypton.
Oh, fantastic. You're an immigrant.
I'm an alien.
Whoa, easy with the A word. Gee, okay, you know what? I think we just need to get you vaccinated.
I'm literally Superman.
So the divide between your public stance and how you really feel widens. Publicly, you can say, wow, Superman, you go, boy. But privately, you know what a bunch of it is. So go ahead, turn Superman into political theater. I don't care, but every time you expect me to care, I'll crap all over you, even if you didn't pay me first. Because in a fair world, it is none of our business. I don't need to know what you enjoy sexually any more than you need to know what turns me on and why it requires a sock full of 9-volt batteries. Let's welcome tonight's guest. He fought for our freedom and looked damn good doing it. Host of the podcast, Rob Smith is Problematic, Rob Smith. His voice cracks more than the Liberty Bell. Comedian Joe Mackey. She's like a gerbil, playful, tiny, and sleeps in wood shavings. Fox News contributor Kat Timm. And when Golden Corral sees him coming, they surrender. My massive sidekick and the NWA World Television Champion, Tyrus. For no particular reason, I shall go to you, Rob Smith, first. You are a gay superhero.
I guess so, yes.
Yes, I mean, you fought for our country and you are gay. That makes you a gay hero. I threw in the super there because I'm complimentary. What do you make of this? Is this what you call progress or TMI, a phrase I just made up?
It's a little bit of both. Look, as a practicing homosexual, I'm glad that you came to me first. So this is what I think about this, and I'm of two minds about this. First of all, I hate this sort of retconning of these iconic characters that we have. You know, they're making them bisexual, or they make, you know, there's this talk about
Wait, what's retcon mean?
Oh, it means that they're just making something new.
Oh, okay.
Out of what was there before.
Got it.
So instead of having something completely new, this is what I would like. As a gay guy, I think it would be cool to have a completely original gay superhero, not to just retcon something that was already there before. And I say the same thing about when they have this conversation about making James Bond black. I don't want a black James Bond. I want some cool, awesome super spy that happens to be black that is something completely new. So that's kind of like where I fall on the
Separate
scale
but
here.
equal. How dare you, sir?
Yes.
No, it makes sense. It's like, why do you have to mess with the original? Just come up with something new.
Come up with something new. And by the way, DC Comics, since now I'm anointed a gay superhero by you, they should make a comic book out of me.
You would be perfect.
That's what I feel.
I've seen your Instagram. Joe, I may be jumping to conclusions here. You were great in the skit, by the way. I imagine you were into comic books.
What, Greg? I wasn't in that sketch.
He wasn't. That's clearly not the guy on the camera, Greg.
My goodness.
He's just also handsome.
Yes. Were you interested in Superman's sexuality when you were a child?
Greg, I don't think anyone was interested in sexuality at all after they saw Marlon Brando in that skin-tight Jarrell bodysuit.
Yes.
I was more curious about wanting to be like Superman because he could do a lot of things that like a dorky nerd couldn't do. Like he could beat up a jerk. He could stop a nuclear war by throwing missiles into the sun. That's what I was interested in. I was also interested in stuff like how could the people of Krypton do nothing while their planet fell apart, but now with the current administration, that actually seems quite plausible.
Way to work in a jab on Biden. I didn't see that one coming. Maybe you are Superman.
Maybe.
Yes.
Clearly not. Oh, my God.
Wow. I will say I felt a tingle there. Kat, where are you on this?
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel when anybody's any kind of sexuality. I think it's fine. I think that's probably going to be the real progress where when someone's like, I'm gay, I'm bi, this or that, people just say, cool. And it's not this huge deal.
Right.
Because I don't think anybody wants to be defined by the sex stuff that they do.
No, they don't.
The sex stuff that they do. That's
Or
a new
want to
sexual
do, or the sex stuff that they do, or that they have done. Nobody wants to be defined by that.
Or they haven't done.
Yes, I am defined by the
point.
things I haven't done. Oh, man, which isn't a lot. Let me tell you that, Joe. Okay, the one thing I might be doing that is wrong is attributing the wrong audience to this product. This is a comic book that isn't really for kids, right? I mean, isn't it for just dorky weirdos?
You know,
Meaning, I'm sorry, Joe. I didn't mean that.
couple of things here. You know, I have been defined by my sexuality before. On several occasions, by different partners, I've been called a chubby panda. So I wear that as a badge of honor. Apparently, I'm really lazy. That's fine. I do the best I can, get off my back. But having said that, I prefer to be known for other things. To his point, I read comic books my whole life. I still collect them. I still keep them. I never really cared what a superhero did behind closed doors, but I really feel it cheapens the message. Invest. If you're going to support the gay community, if you're going to support gay men and you want to make a gay superhero, have the decency to give us a great backstory. Have us see the struggle, have them see him come up and have them see him survive, and then people will be inspired by him. And it won't be just it'll be all kids, all guys. He just happens to be gay, and he's this superhero with amazing powers, and he overcame, because that's what really gets us to fall in love with these superheroes. It's not when they're tearing down buildings, it's the struggle that they go through that we get behind, and they become these amazing things. So, and I do appreciate the fact that he's the child of Superman and Lois, so they kind of got the right idea, but you can do better. DC, I challenge you, you can do better when it comes to these comic books, because this shouldn't be the issue. And I've been in entertainment a long time, and one of the biggest things, whenever I have, and especially in the WWE, a lot of the guys I work with are gay, and their biggest argument and their biggest thing is they hate to be identified by just their sexuality. I'm a great wrestler. Who I'm in the bedroom with, it doesn't matter. It doesn't cheat who I am. If you want to talk about, if you ask me, I'll tell you. But every time I wrestle, I don't want to hear, that is a great gay wrestler. He is a gay
Are there
great
a lot of
wrestler.
gay wrestlers?
It's wrestling. Everybody's gay sometimes.
I mean, no, and look, I have to agree with Tyrus. Like, you're absolutely right, because look, you know, I do the podcast, I do this stuff, I do a lot of Fox stuff. I'm talking about, God, everything under the sun, Biden's failures, cackling Kamala, all this other stuff. The gay stuff really doesn't come out until situations like this, so to speak. So I'm not completely defined by that. And I don't think, to your point, that most gay guys or LGBT people or whatever want to be defined completely by that.
All right.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.